because it's time now for the All-State Playoff Predictor presented by Allstate, where we take a look at the state of the Pac-12. Tonight, we crunch some numbers in the Pac-12. We've been talking about them all season, how competitive it's been. And according to the All-State Playoff Predictor, here are the chances for the Pac-12 teams that can get into the 2023 College Football Playoff. Leading the top is obviously Washington. Oregon at 14%. I think that's a little bit crazy. Just 14% for Oregon when you and I just talked about them being the best team in the Pac-12.
Right. Yeah, no, I think what's amazing about this is that the Big Ten has just as good of odds as getting 2 teams in as the Pac-12 has of getting 1 team in. I don't necessarily understand that. I get that's how the playoff works out, but the numbers aren't adding up to me. I mean, the Pac-12 has been the best conference in college football this year, and you're going to tell me that maybe they don't even get 1 team in the college football. I don't understand that.
That's a wild thing.
I don't get it.
To think about. And when we get the 12-team playoff, maybe that'll be able to change some of that.
Maybe.
But you look at the Pac-12, all of them play each other towards the end of the season. We kind of saw that coming in and continue to talk about the cannibalization of the teams in this conference, and we're seeing it now. We're seeing Utah beat UCLA. UCLA beat teams that beat Utah. It is all over the place. And to say for me that Oregon has a 14% chance, less than half, more than half less than Washington, I think it's a little bit wild. Oregon, to me, is a top 4 team, not just the best team in the Pac-12.
I'd like to ask our chat, too, like, would you guys rather see 2 Pac-12 teams make it into the college football playoff, or like another Ohio State, Michigan? Like, I feel like there are 2 teams certainly deserving of being in the college football playoff out of the Pac-12, Washington and Oregon, right? I mean, I don't know. I think not just because it's the last year of the Pac-12, but what they've been able to do so far.
So just the chat has said that they don't think Oregon is the best team. I see Goated in there. Goated, shout out to you for responding. What he said, 14% makes sense because they're going to lose in the Pac-12 game. I would push back on that and say that Oregon, in the title game. If they lose in the title game, oh yeah, for sure. But I think Oregon can beat Washington in the title game. When we saw how Washington played against Arizona last week, that was concerning. When we saw Washington play the way that they did today against Stanford, that was concerning. Oregon has dominated. The only game that they did not dominate in is against Washington, and Washington played their best game of the season. And mind you, Oregon lost that game against Washington. I won't say Washington beat them because Oregon left points on the board, and Dan Lanning himself in the post-game presser talked about, yeah, maybe I should have kicked that field goal on 4th down. I don't know if I should have went for it there. And those are opportunities where the room for error is small, and Oregon made those mistakes and Washington capitalized.
I just wonder how much the College Football Playoff Committee is going to look at that and say, yeah, you had the opportunity to win, but you didn't. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of nitpicking that can go on in these things. The best part about this, too, Scoob, is that this is a type of year where there can be variations in your top 4 right now, and all of them can make sense.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what makes this all great, especially on Tuesday, as we get the committee to vote on. We find out what the top 4 teams are.